We here today, man, with another episode of I'm Just Being Real podcast. You know what I mean? Before you do anything, like, subscribe, and share all the content. That'll help us out a lot. And before we start, this episode is brought to you by InspiredHoodies.com once again. If you want a soft, comfy hoodie with inspirational quotes stitched on it, that's not that iron-on stuff, go to InspireHoodies.com, y'all, and shop and get y'all hoodies. Man, I got me one on as we speak, man. And this one say, I listen with my eyes. And that one, man, means people can tell you and say whatever they want out their mouth, but if you pay attention to them actions, it'll tell you everything you want to know. You ain't even got to ask no questions if you watch people actions. But let's get to it, y'all. This episode might be a little doozy, man, and I know it's going to offend some people, but, man, I'm a dad, y'all, who always been in my kids' life from the beginning. That's physically, emotionally, mentally, and financially. And as a dad who always been there, never missed any time, I can honestly say, man, real dads and fathers are not appreciated, and I'm just being real with this. I just from experience and everything else, I can say this, I can speak on this because, I've lived it and I've been through it. I raised two of my kids as a single dad, and I see more deadbeats get more love than the real men who was there and that's, stepdad or, biological dad or whatever. I mean, sometimes, man, it's to the point where, I see why I think in my head, like, man, I see why some of these deadbeats wasn't around. Like, they, not making excuses for them, because personally, I think, anybody that's a deadbeat, they were worthless, and, I don't respect them, but, hey, man, because my father was a deadbeat, and I know firsthand on what that do to kids, and especially little boys when their fathers wasn't around or whatever. But when you see and feel such the lack of appreciation for the real men and great dads, man, it just, it make you feel like, what is it all for? And most of the time, the women and the kids don't appreciate you until you're dead. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe that's a part of that entitlement that I talked about before. The world we live in today, but in the words of Chris Rock, man, men are only loved under condition that he provides something for, kids, women, or whoever. We only loved under that condition that we provide. You know what I mean? And no disrespect, but I'm just being real, y'all.